They did have some voodoo elements up in this movie. And I'm like, hold on, what they know about sacrificing goats and cutting off chicken heads and using the blood? I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, what? Peace family, Conjure Queen here. In this video, we are going to be talking about the new movie, BeetleJuice or BeetleJuice 2. This movie is packed with so much occult symbols. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about portals, dimensions, necromancy, spiritual contracts, how to contact the dead, your ancestors, as well as understanding how does the gift of necromancy get passed down through the generations. So we're going to get into that in this video, family, so let's do it. Since I was a little girl, I have always been into the morbid, the dark, scary, macabre. Most girls was probably playing with the pretty pink Barbies. I was into horror movies, scary stories. That was me, and I still am, hence my YouTube channel. And I wanted to get into some of the topics. So first thing I wanted to talk about was necromancy. I definitely like the fact that they talk a lot about how necromancy is something that is passed down through the bloodline. Now, there's some people who can train themselves in order to learn a little bit about necromancy, and then there's some people who are actually born into it. And I was really actually surprised because I'm like, yo, they putting everything out here, okay, to the public, all the occult secrets out there. They're like, listen, we're gonna let everybody know the truth about how to do these rituals, how to summon the dead, how to contact their ancestors and their guides, how to tap into their psychic powers, and also teaching them what are the elements that are blocking their psychic gifts, because a lot of people are born with these psychic abilities, but society and certain medications block those things, and that's actually even covered in the movie. If you're also a person who has psychic abilities, drop it down in the comments, let us know. Do you ever have any visions when you was a kid? Did you ever see dead people or were able to hear them or had any type of supernatural, paranormal things happen to you? Can you let us know your stories? Like, we definitely love to hear those supernatural stories. Drop them in the comments, family. And there's definitely a rites of passage where if you had a grandmother who had the gift of sight or, you know, clairvoyancy, clairsentience, she can feel spirits, hear spirits, talk to spirits, then it might get passed down to your mom, get passed down to you, and it might even get passed down to your children. And if you guys want to understand about the lineage and understand history and where all of these powerful mythical people come from, right? People who have ancient bloodlines, people who come from extraterrestrials, supernatural entities and beings, crossbreeds, hybrids, check out my video. I'll link it here. And it talks about a lot of the secrets, dark history, dark secrets that we were all alive to, secrets that were never revealed to the public, and now a lot of things are being revealed now. There was definitely an element of a succubus in this movie, and I thought it was funny. They called her the soul sucker. A succubus is actually a real thing. A succubus is a feminine entity that is like a spiritual parasite. It normally attracts or attaches itself to men, promiscuous men, men who tend to sleep around, be very hypersexual because they are attracted to that very dominant sexual masculine energy. And a lot of the times they present themselves as beautiful, charismatic women in the men's dreams. And this is a lot of times why men would have wet dreams, thinking that they're having intercourse with a beautiful goddess or this beautiful queen or this beautiful seductress, not even realizing that they're copulating with a actual succubus that is draining him of his spiritual essence. There are real beings, real women who consider themselves succubus. These are powerful witches or powerful spiritualists who utilize their power of charisma and magnetism and attraction to lure certain men to their demise. If you are a F-boy, okay, you are a #1 target for succubus. They will get you. These succubus will get you, they will trap you, and they will literally suck the life force out of you. And I should probably even do a video on like signs that you're messing with a succubus, or signs that you're in love or in a relationship with a succubus and don't even know it. Because there's even elements talking about spiritual contracts or having spiritual marriages in this movie, BeetleJuice. I'm like, yo, they talking about spiritual marriages, spiritual contracts. There are actually stories and legends known, especially My family being from the South here in America, they had a lot of stories about, you know, the swamp and the backwoods and skinwalkers and a lot of these different entities. So I'm very familiar with these stories. If you're interested in hearing stories like this, drop it down, let us know below, because I definitely could do some story times and tell you some real stories. So these succubus women actually go around scouting for F-boys, okay, promiscuous men, to use them, take their sexual energy and harness it for themselves. The men have came to me. These are some of my male clients, and they told me that, oh, I met this girl and, you know, my life was going good until I met her, and the next thing I know, like, my business is failing, my luck is failing, nothing's going right, like I don't have energy like I used to anymore. I feel like I'm always drained. Everybody's telling me I look different, you know. So I'm like, you know, I would do a reading and I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, you definitely got a succubus that's attached to you. This video that I have online, you guys can check it out, and it teaches you how to break free of all spiritual blocks, curses, jinxes, hexes, all things like that, that is stopping you from living your best life, stopping you from finding love, stopping you from being financially free, stopping you from conceiving, just stopping you from living your best life. And I'll drop all of the links below, family, so don't worry, I got you. There was also some elements talking about voodoo. So for those who don't know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm currently still in Brooklyn, and there's a huge Haitian community here. You definitely know about voodoo. You hear about voodoo. You're familiar with voodoo if you are from this side of town. One thing that I'll say is they did have some voodoo elements up in this movie. And I'm like, hold on, what they know about sacrificing goats and cutting off chicken heads and using the blood? I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, what? Oh yeah, they definitely been talking to some voodoo priestesses or priests or something like that, some voodoo people, because these are actually real rituals. Like, I think they mentioned 3 rituals in this movie. There's a cemetery ritual, there's a ritual for a wedding, and then there's like a ritual to swap lives with a spirit. So let's say if you want to trade lives to bring somebody back from the dead and you switch places with them. There was also a lot of elements about portals. For those who are in the occult, for those who deal with rituals and magic, you understand that portals are very powerful and potent when you're doing your work. There's 3 different portals that's mentioned in here. There is the portal of time. For instance, in this particular movie, the BeetleJuice movie, they use Halloween, which is known to be the time when the veil is the thinnest. I teach people how to communicate and how to connect with their loved ones, but those who departed, because they're not gone. There are ways to communicate with them, the same way that there are ways to pick up a phone and talk to an old friend you haven't spoke to in a while, is the same way that you can communicate with those who have passed on to the realm of the dead. We have been lied to, and we have been conditioned to think that it is evil, it is wicked, and it is impossible. But nothing is impossible, right? We're only limited by our minds. The universe is mental, all is mind. And then you have the portal of the object, right? Like drawing doors. If you draw a door on the floor, or draw a door on the wall like they did in the movie, right? It creates a portal to step into another world, or a portal between 2 different worlds, 2 different dimensions. Then there is the portal of place. There's a ritual in the cemetery, and I'm like, yo, the cemetery is definitely a huge portal. And for those who deal with necromancy or the occult, voodoo, a lot of the indigenous spiritual practices, death was just like another part of life. The part in the movie I thought was really interesting. It talks about like how certain medications can block your third eye and your psychic senses. The industry that we live in, especially here in the West, it actually demonizes people who have certain psychic or spiritual abilities that other people don't have. I'm happy that the world is starting to become more open-minded to other religions, other spiritual paths and belief systems, you know, versus before where you would just get burned or killed just for believing anything else that wasn't Christianity or Catholicism, right? Or whatever the main religion that we have today that was built on a lot of genocide and stuff. So yeah, times is changing, and more of the younger generation are embracing the indigenous ways. And there's also the blood contract. Some rituals require contracts in blood, right? So in the movie, they use blood as a contract, but whenever you use blood, blood is a powerful life force. when you sign with that, it's like, you know, it's binding. You can't break it. And one thing spirits don't play about, they do not play about breaking contracts. Let's say, you know, you make a contract with a spirit and you say, hey, listen, I want fame and fortune. And I think this is what happens to a lot of celebrities who end up dying really young when they become really popular, and you see them blowing up out of nowhere, and the next thing you know, you hear that they get shot or they died or something crazy happened, like their heart just exploded or they found them dead in a hotel. A lot of the times these people do rituals and they don't pay the spirit, they don't honor their contracts, and then what happens is bad things happen. These rituals actually do work. Okay, so I would always just say, if you're gonna do rituals, make sure you know what you're doing, or you're gonna go to a professional who knows what they're doing. I also caught that they had the Sonic checkerboard symbol in there, and I'm like, okay, they got the yin yang, light, dark balance. Okay, I see you, Tim Burton, you definitely heavy into the occult. Whenever I watch these movies, I could tell what directors, writers know about the occult, because occultists know, right? Like, if you know, you know. To conclude, I want to just say that the movie Beetlejuice, I actually enjoyed it. Like I said, I love Tim Burton movies. I love all movies and films, anime, things dealing with like dark, spooky, scary, morbid things, macabre, you know, like that is my flow, my style. And if you're into the similar things like spiritualism, occultism, metaphysics, paranormal, spiritual activity, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because we definitely dig deep and we get into those elements, and we actually teach you how to channel spirits, how to communicate with the dead, how to work with these spirits, right? In order to hack into the simulated reality, the matrix that we live in order to start living our best life, right? We always wonder why certain people, certain leaders stay in power, like the kings and the queens of all of these ancient times and dynasties. They utilize this ancient magic. They utilize these dark arts or forbidden arts, right? Dark is just meaning hidden. The occult arts, the hidden arts that they put in the music videos, advertisements. You're not realizing that they're utilizing your magic against you. This is your stuff, your science. Your ancestors put this here for you. And now it is time for you to tap into your magic and your science and walk into your power and do what you was meant to do. Anyway, family, I digress. I love the movie. If you watched it, let us know what you thought about the Beetlejuice movie. Did you see any occult symbols that maybe we missed and didn't drop in this video? Let us know below. Make sure that you also sign up to my mailing list so you will always be updated to new events and things that's going on, especially in our community. Hit that like button because it helps with the algorithms and it helps other people like you who enjoy content like this see this video. Thank you so much, family. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Conjure Queen signing out. Peace.